Have you ever stopped to think about salt? It's that tiny white crystal you sprinkle on your French fries to make them taste extra yummy. But salt is so much more than just a flavor enhancer. It's one of the most important minerals on our planet, a substance that has shaped history, built civilizations, and is essential for our very survival. From the ancient Roman soldiers who were paid in salt, which is where the word salary comes from, to the vast shimmering salt flats that stretch across the earth, this simple compound is a true wonder of the natural world. It's found in every ocean, deep underground, and even inside you. Think about it. Salt is literally everywhere. It's in the tears we cry and the sweat that drips from our brow on a hot day. For thousands of years, people have gone to great lengths to find it, trade it, and control it. Wars have been fought over salt, and great trade routes were established just to move it from where it was plentiful to where it was scarce. Before we had refrigerators, salt was the key to preserving food, allowing people to store meat and fish for long journeys or through harsh winters. This simple act of preservation helps societies grow and explore the world. So what exactly is this magical crystal? The common table salt we know and love is a chemical compound called sodium chloride with the scientific name NaCl. This means it's made of two elements stuck together, sodium and chlorine. When these two elements meet, they form a very strong bond, creating a neat cube-shaped crystal structure. If you ever look at a grain of salt under a magnifying glass, you can often see these perfect little squares. This crystalline structure is what gives salt its distinct texture and appearance, a tiny building block that plays a giant role in our world. The journey of salt from the earth to your table is a fascinating one. It can be harvested from evaporating seawater in large shallow ponds, a method called solar evaporation that has been used for centuries. It can also be mined from vast underground deposits, which are the remnants of ancient seas that dried up millions of years ago. These salt mines can be incredibly deep, forming huge underground caverns. Whether it is scraped from the sun-baked earth or pulled from the deep dark ground, salt connects us to the planet's long and dynamic history in a very direct and tangible way. Let's consider the science. One of salt's most amazing properties is its ability to dissolve in water. This property is called solubility. When you stir a spoonful of salt into a glass of water, it seems to vanish, doesn't it? But it's still there. The water molecules, which are like tiny magnets, pull the sodium and chlorine atoms apart. The salt breaks down into individual ions, which are atoms with an electrical charge. These ions spread out evenly throughout the water, creating a saltwater solution. This simple process is fundamental to so many things, from cooking to complex chemical reactions. Now, here's something really cool. Once salt dissolves in water, the solution can conduct electricity. Pure water is actually not a very good conductor, but when salt is added, everything changes. Those free-floating sodium and chlorine ions are what carry the electrical current through the water. Imagine the ions as tiny delivery trucks, picking up electrical energy and carrying it from one point to another. This property is incredibly important in many scientific and industrial applications, and it's also how the electrical signals in your own body work. It's science you can see in action every day. Another fantastic scientific principle involving salt is its effect on the freezing point of water. Have you ever wondered why people spread salt on icy roads in the winter? It's not to melt the ice with heat, but through a process called freezing point depression. When salt dissolves into the thin layer of water on top of the ice, it makes it harder for the water molecules to line up and form ice crystals. This lowers the temperature at which water freezes, causing the ice to melt even when the air temperature is below freezing. It's a simple yet brilliant use of chemistry to keep us safe. Salt also plays a crucial role in a process called osmosis. Osmosis is the movement of water across a membrane, like a cell wall, from an area with less salt to an area with more salt. This is how salt preserves food. When you cover meat or fish with salt, the salt draws the water out of the food and also out of any bacteria that might be present. Without water, the bacteria can't survive or multiply, and the food stays fresh for much longer. This same principle helps our bodies balance the water levels inside and outside our cells, which is absolutely vital for our health. Salt is a true workhorse in the world of industry. In the chemical industry, it's a fundamental raw material used to produce chlorine and sodium hydroxide, a substance also known as caustic soda. These chemicals are essential building blocks for thousands of products we use every day. Chlorine is used to purify our drinking water and sanitize swimming pools, while caustic soda is used to make soap, paper, and textiles. So the clean water from your tap and the notebook you write in both owe a little something to salt. It's an unseen hero in manufacturing. Beyond chemistry, salt is a key player in keeping our infrastructure running smoothly, especially in colder climates. As we discussed, salt is spread on roads and highways to de-ice them during winter storms. This application uses enormous quantities of rock salt, a less purified form of salt mined directly from the earth. By preventing ice from forming, salt helps reduce traffic accidents and allows emergency vehicles and commercial trucks to travel safely. It's a simple solution to a big problem, making winter travel possible for millions of people and keeping economies moving even in freezing weather. The energy sector also relies heavily on salt. In the oil and gas industry, salt is used in drilling fluids, often called drilling mud. When drilling a new well, this salty mud is pumped down the drill pipe to cool and lubricate the drill bit, control pressure deep underground, and carry rock cuttings back to the surface. Salt domes, which are massive underground formations of salt, are also used to store natural gas and petroleum. These natural impermeable caverns provide a safe and stable environment to hold vast reserves of energy, ensuring a steady supply for our homes and businesses. Even in medicine, salt is a lifesaver. Saline solutions, which are sterile mixtures of salt and water, are one of the most common and important tools in hospitals. They are used to clean wounds, deliver medicine intravenously, and treat dehydration by replenishing the body's fluids and electrolytes. When a patient is sick or injured, a simple saline drip can be the first step towards recovery, providing the body with the basic balance it needs to heal. From massive industrial plants to delicate medical procedures, salt's versatility makes it an indispensable part of our modern world. Our bodies need salt to live. It's not just for flavor, it's essential for our health. The sodium in salt helps our nerves send electrical signals to and from our brain, which allows us to think, move, and feel. It also helps our muscles contract, including the most important muscle of all, our heart. Every beat of your heart depends on a careful balance of sodium and other minerals. Salt also helps our bodies maintain the right balance of fluids, preventing us from becoming dehydrated. It's a critical component that keeps our internal machinery running properly every single second. However, while some salt is good, too much can be very dangerous. A diet that is too high in sodium can lead to serious health problems like high blood pressure, which is also known as hypertension. High blood pressure puts extra strain on your heart and blood vessels, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. Many processed and packaged foods like chips, frozen dinners, and canned soups contain a lot of hidden salt. It's important to be mindful of how much salt we eat and to focus on fresh, whole foods to keep our bodies healthy and balanced. Beyond science and health, salt holds a special place in cultures and traditions all over the world. For centuries, it has been seen as a symbol of purity, preservation, and value. In many religions, salt is used in purification rituals and blessings. For example, some traditions involve sprinkling salt in the corners of a new home to cleanse it of negative energy and bring protection. In Japanese sumo wrestling, the wrestlers throw salt into the ring before a match to purify the space. These practices show a deep ancient respect for salt's power. From being worth its weight in gold to being a simple staple in every kitchen, salt's journey through human history is truly remarkable. It is a crystal of life, powering our bodies and preserving our food. It is a crystal of industry, building our modern world and keeping us safe. And it is a crystal of culture, woven into our oldest stories and most sacred rituals. The next time you reach for the salt shaker, take a moment to consider the incredible story behind those tiny, powerful grains. Salt is much more than a simple seasoning. It is a cornerstone of our world.